Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. In this one we're going to go over the MLB for October 18th, and as you can see the odds are on the screen. And here we go with the decode. We're going to focus on the negative values on the spreads. That's what we focus on first, and then we go to the money line, and the totals is pretty much standalone thing. But this under is getting super high at -128. -138 are the Dodgers. +118 on the money line are the Mets. And the Dodgers as a 1.5 point favorite is +126. Mets as a 1.5 point underdog is 152. +152. -152. -152, excuse me. All right, let's get started with this first one. We're going to focus on where the money is going with this. We're going to put up the splits currently. This is early in the morning. And the Dodgers are getting 81% of the money here, 91% of the betting, though. 95% of the spread currently, and 90% of the betting. And the over-under is dominating as well. 87% of the bets, 86% of the money. And we're going to get started with this. I didn't start with the opening odds here for obvious reasons. It's at absolute odds here, 10,000, 10,000. Those are absolutes. But yeah, let's get started with this. -138 and +118. -138 is getting 81% of the money currently. If you see this one adjust towards that -150 threshold, the Dodgers are going to win the game quite easily. But it has to get higher if the Dodgers are going to win this game. Only if the Mets start getting more of the money. If it does decrease and the Mets start getting more of the money, which more than likely will happen, a significantly more amount of the money, like if they start heading toward 35-40%, if not higher, then you want to go the other direction. Then you would want to go the other direction. -118 turns into, let's say, +124, something like that. +120, or they could, or it'll go down. It could be +114, +110, and this goes down to -130. In that case, the Dodgers could still win this game. They are getting a very significant amount of the money. And the run line, -152 for the Mets, is only getting 5%. That will change. That will increase. If you see this run line stay above that or near this 150 threshold, the Mets are going to take the run line. The Mets are going to take the run line in that instance. The only way they get the money line is if their odds either decrease while the Dodgers decreases, and they start maintaining this percent of the money right here, 19%-ish, 15 to 25%. Then you could rest assured Mets will probably more than likely win this game. But the Mets are probably going to get above that, probably near 30-something% when the opening pitch happens, before the opening pitch happens. But let's go to the next game. Well, totals at +104, -128. That is getting 86% of the money going over, 14% going under. At that -128, as long as this stays above this +104, they're paying this out 86%. More than likely will not happen. But that's as it currently stands only. This will more than likely go to the negative, probably -104 or -102, and this will probably turn into -122 or -120, or maybe even -118. If that happens, the under will only get it if it gets a higher percentage here. That's the only way it'll get it. But as it currently stands, the over will probably take it despite being in the positive. Despite being in the positive, they're trying to entice you early to go with the over, even though the under may take it in the end. This 14% is very low, and this -128 is very high. That's an indicator the under may take it in this game. But let's go to the Yankees and the Guardians. -123 opening for the Yankees, +105 for the Guardians. And the Yankees are getting 97% of the money, 79% of the betting, 95% of the Betting on the spread, 97% of the money on the spread. The spread looks like this. 1.5 point favorite Yankees are plus 136 cost. 1.5 point underdogs, Guardians, are at minus 164 cost. We're gonna focus on this minus 164, and this is basically somewhat of a pick'em game, not too much. Minus 120, both teams are in the negative. Minus 120, and is this plus? Okay, they're plus. Okay, they're plus now, and this is minus 120, and they're only getting 102. This is dangerous right here because the Guardians are so low in this one. The Guardians are so low on the plus side, and that's a dangerous pick when this minus 120, because that's not a very high money line odd, even for the sports books at this 97%. More profit would happen at this 3% plus 102 for the sports books instead of that minus 120 at 97%, because it'll be easy to cash this out with such a low percentage. But that's going to change. These odds are going to change. They're not going to get 3% and 3% here more than likely. They're going to go a little higher than that. 97% of the money going with them here too as well. Sportsbooks are rarely going to pay that out. Minus 164 cost. If you see this cost increase at all, minus 164, Guardians are going to take this spread. They're going to take this run line easily as long as it stays minus 164 or above. Over under is at 7.5 points, minus 115 going over currently. Under is getting minus 105 cost. And 91 across the board here. Only 9% going under. Once again, this minus 105 is a sweet spot. But what the MLB has been doing recently, they've been flipping this within a couple hours before the game. So the unders have been getting minus 105, for example. The overs have been giving minus 115. It'll flip. So the over will get minus 105 and the under will get minus 115, and the over will take it, and vice versa. It's been doing that quite significantly, which is why I bet late. You want to bet late to analyze that. And sometimes it'll go off putting a little bit, minus 104 to minus 118, something like that. But yeah, as far as this money line, minus 120 at 97%. Currently, it looks like the Guardians would be a safe pick with such a low positive here. But the only way the Yankees will lose this game, the only way they'll lose this game is if this minus 120 decreases, especially at this high percentage. They're above that 85%-ish threshold, which could happen. More than likely will not. People are going to put money on the Guardians, but minus 120 at that 97%. If you see these odds decrease at all, the Guardians are going to win. If you see the Guardians go to the negative, the Guardians are going to win. Just keep that in mind. But yeah, I will see you guys in the next video. Pray every day. I've been Scott. Join the Patreon. Link is in the description. We got NFL coming this weekend, and we got a few college games I'm going to put on too, as well as NHL picks tonight. But yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. You guys take care.